Hello friends, today I will discuss the numerical problem on Hopkinson's test. So the data is given like this. 200 kilowatts, 500 volts DC shunt machines were tested for their efficiencies by Hopkinson test. When the generator was supplying its full load current, the input current from the supply mains was 50 amperes. The shunt field currents of motor and generator were 3 amperes and 4 amperes respectively. The resistance of the armature of each machine at normal temperature was measured as 0.1 ohms. Find the efficiency of the motor and generator at full load condition, assuming equal magnetic and mechanical losses in each machine. So to solve this problem, first let me consider the algorithm to be followed or the procedure to be followed. So to solve this problem, there are three stages that are to be followed to complete this solution in a easy way. So stage one is, first of all, we have to draw the Hopkinson test diagram. And from there, so we have to locate the data given and find the armature currents and motor and also generator. Next stage 2 is, so we have to find what is the input power to the motor, and from that we have to find what is the stray loss of each machine. So here in this Hopkinson test, whatever the power is taken by the motor from the supply is utilized to meet the all losses of both the machines. That is all copper losses, armature copper loss plus stray losses. Stray loss means it is nothing but magnetic loss plus mechanical loss. And once we know the stray loss of each machine, then we can find what is the total loss of the motor. So once we know the total loss and also we know the input power, then we can calculate what is the output power of the motor. Once we know the output power of the motor, then we can find what is the efficiency of the motor. Third stage is generator mode. So here, first of all, we have to find the output power. Then we have to find what is the total loss of the generator. Then we have to find what is the input power of the generator. That is, we add these losses to the output to get the input to the generator. So once we know the input and output of the generator, then we can find what is the efficiency of the generator. So now let us solve this problem by following this algorithm. So stage one is, first of all, we have to draw the diagram, and then we have to mention the note down the data given. That is, here the data given is applied voltage to the motor is 500 volts, that is represented by V, and the motor armature resistance is 0.1 ohm. So generator armature resistance also given as 0.1 ohm. And motor field current is also given as 3 amperes, and generator field current is given as 3 amperes. And motor armature input current from the supply is also given as 50 amperes. And motor armature input current from the generator we can find out because he mentioned the rating of the generator, that is 100 kilowatts at 500 volts. So the load kilowatts, that is load in kilowatts, is given as 100 kilowatts. So 100 into 1000 divided by 500. So we get what is the current to the armature input current from the generator, that is nothing but 200 amperes. And now, so this is one current that is flowing into the motor when the switch is closed. Similarly, there is another current coming from the supply, that is from here, that is IL. So one is IAG, the other is IL, entering the armature of the motor. So this is the node. Two currents are entering and one current is leaving. That leaving current is nothing but current entering into the armature of the motor. So armature of the motor current we write as IAM, is equal to IL plus IAG, that is 50 plus 200. So we get 250 amperes as the motor armature current. Next, armature current of the generator. So just now we have calculated that is 200 amperes. So that goes from this generator. So next, stage 2. So power drawn by the armature of the motor, this is the motor and it is connected to the supply, and the supply voltage is V and the supply current to the armature is IL. So we can write power drawn by the armature of the motor is V into IL, and this power is utilized to overcome the armature copper loss of generator and armature copper loss of the motor plus and the stray loss. Stray loss is nothing but magnetic loss plus mechanical loss of both the machines. So we can write power drawn by the armature of the motor as V into IL is equal to 2 into PS. So here 2 into PS means it is the stray loss of the each machine plus IAG square into REAG. So IAG means it is the armature current of the generator and REAG is the armature resistance of the generator. So IAG square into REAG will give us the armature copper loss of the generator plus IAM square into REAM. So IAM is nothing but the total input current to the armature of the motor whole square into REAM. This is the armature resistance of the motor. So we know all these things, so we can just substitute those values here. So input voltage is 500 and the input current to the motor armature is 50 amperes. So 500 into 50 is equal to 2 into stray loss, that is PS, plus armature copper loss plus armature copper loss of motor plus armature copper loss of generator. So from this equation we can write PS, that is stray loss of each motor is given by each machine is given by this VIL minus this armature copper loss divided by 2 will give us the stray loss of each machine, that is equal to 500 into 50 minus 200 square into 0.1 plus 250 square into 0.1 divided by 2. This 2 is coming in the denominator. That to calculate each motor stray loss we have to divide with 2, otherwise it becomes the stray loss for the 2 machines. So we have to use this 2, so we get 7375 watts as the stray loss of each machine. Next, input power to the motor is represented by PIM. So input voltage to the motor is capital V into, so the total current of the motor means we have to take the current of the armature of the motor plus the field current of the motor, that is IAM plus ISHM. So once we substitute these values, that is 500 into 250 plus 3 is equal to, we get 126.5 kilowatts. This is the input power supplied to the motor. Then total loss of the motor is represented by PLM, and the stray loss of this machine is already known, that is PS. So plus add the copper losses, that is armature copper loss plus field copper loss. So IAM square into REAM plus V into ISHM. This is the applied voltage across the field winding of the motor, and this is the field winding current of the motor. So substituting this stray loss, that is 7375 plus 250 square into 0.1 plus 500 into 3. So we get, after simplification, 15.125 kilowatts as the total loss of the motor. We know the input and we know the total loss. So we can calculate what is the output by subtracting this loss from the input power. So output power of the motor is given by POM is equal to PIM minus PLM. This PIM is nothing but input to the motor. This is the total loss of the motor. So 126.5 minus 15.125 will give us 111.375 kilowatts. So this is the output and this is the input. So now we can calculate what is the efficiency of this motor. That is, so POM divided by PIM into 100. So that is 111.375 divided by 126.5 into 100 will give us 88.04 percentage. Next, coming to the stage 3. So this is the generator part. So we know the diagram, and there we can see that the output power of the generator is already given in the data itself. That is the voltage across the generator load, that is V, into the armature current of the generator, that is IAG. So that is given as 100 kilowatts. So now we have to find out what is the total loss of the generator, that we represent as PLG is equal to the stray loss of this generator, which is already calculated, plus the armature copper loss of the generator, that is IAG square into RAM, plus the field copper loss of the generator is given by voltage across the shunt field into shunt field current in the generator, that is ISHG. So then substitute the values, that is 7375 watts plus 200 square into 0.1 in plus 500 into 4. So after simplification we get 13.375 kilowatts is the total loss of the generator. So we know the output of the generator and we know the losses in the generator. So if we add both this, then we get what is the input to the generator. So that input to the generator we represent with PIG. So that is equal to POG plus PLG. That is, POG means it is given as 100 kilowatts. So plus PLG, that is the total loss of the generator, that is 13.375 kilowatts. So when we add these two, we get 113.375 kilowatts. So once we know the output of the generator and the input of the generator, then we can find what is the efficiency of the generator. That is, eta G is nothing but POG divided by PIG into 100. That is output by input into 100. So output of the generator is known as 100 kilowatts. And input of the generator, just now we calculated that 113.375 kilowatts, multiply with 100, then we get 88.2%. So if you observe the efficiency of both the machines as motor and the generator, we find that for similar conditions, the efficiency of the generator is more than the efficiency of the motor. And let me summarize once what we have done to solve this problem. So we have followed 3 stages. One stage is first drawing the diagram and representing or using the data given there, and then from this circuit we find that we have to find the armature current of both the motor and generator. Next, second stage is as motor we analyze and we find what is the input power, and from there we find what is the stray loss of both the machines, and from there we calculate what is the stray loss of individual machine, and from there we find what is the input power to the motor and what is the output power of the motor, and then we find what is the loss of the motor, and then we find out what is the efficiency of the motor. And next, in the third stage, we take the generator and then we find out what is the output power. Then we calculate what are the losses in the generator, total losses. So then we find out what is the input power to the generator, and then once we know the input and output, then we find what is the generator efficiency. So this Hopkinson test we can use for large machines, so whose power loss is very high if we do not conduct this test to get the efficiency of the machines.